Scrooge looked around him for the ghost. It had vanished, and he found himself once more in his bed, in his dressing gown and his nightcap on his head. He heard the clock strike, and then he remembered the prediction of old Jacob Marley, and lifting up his eyes, beheld the third spirit, a solemn phantom, shrouded in black, draped and hooded, coming towards him, slowly and silently, like a mist along the ground. I know you. You are the ghost of Christmas yet to come. You'll show me the shadows of things that have not happened but will happen in the time before us. Answer me, spirit, ghost of the future. I fear you more than any specter I've seen. Yet I know your purpose is to do me good, and as I hope to live to be another man from what I was, lead on. Lead on! The night's waning fast, and time's precious. Where are you taking me? Here? On a common street, spirit? What is there for me to learn here? Who are those men? I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead. When did he die? Last night, I believe. Well, it's likely to be a very cheap funeral, for upon my life I don't know anybody to go to it. Suppose we make up a party and volunteer? Well, I don't mind going if a lunch is provided. Come to think of it, I bet I was his best friend. What? Yeah, we used to nod to each other when we met in the street. Spirit, help me. Who is this man that died? Is there no one to mourn the poor creature? No one to follow him to the grave? Well, perhaps they'll give him a green grave at least. Perhaps. They left the busy scene and went into an obscure part of the town, where Scrooge had never penetrated before, although he recognized its situation and its bad repute. The ways were foul and narrow, the shops and houses wretched, the people half-naked, drunken, slipshod, ugly. Alleys and archways, like so many cesspools, disgorged their offences of smell and dirt and life upon the staggering, straggling streets, and the whole quarter reeked with crime, with filth, and misery. Come into the parlor. Stop till I shut the door of the shop. Why bring me to this miserable place, spirit? Here we go. Look. Who's the worse for the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose? No, indeed. Well, if he had wanted to keep him after he was dead, that wicked old screw, why wasn't he natural in his lifetime? If he had been, he'd have somebody to go look after him when he was struck with death, instead of lying, gasping out his last dare, alone by himself. It's the truest word that ever was spoke. It's a judgment on him. Let me see what you got. Sheets and towels, a little wearing apparel, 2 silver teaspoons, a pair of sugar tongs, a few boots. What is this? Bed curtains? Ah, bed curtains. You don't mean to say that you took them down, rings and all, with him a-lying there? Well, why not? Don't drop any oil upon those blankets now, Joe. His blankets, too? Aye, who else do you think? He ain't likely to take cold without him, I dare say. Oh, you were born to make your fortune, and you'll certainly do it. He frightened everyone away from him when he was alive to profit us when he was dead. Oh, I see, spirit. The case of this unhappy man might very well be my own. My life tends that way now. Spirit, why have you brought me here again? Here to Bob Cratchit's home? Wait, but it's not the same. What? Why is it so quiet? So very quiet here.
Mother, please. Oh, my son, my little son, my tiny Tim. I loved him so. Oh, Mother dear, you mustn't. It's about time for Father to be home. Don't let him see you crying. Yes. Yes, Martha. Yes. Oh, he's late tonight. He walks slower than he used to. And yet I've known him to walk very fast indeed with Tiny Tim on his shoulder. So have I, Mother. But he was light to carry, and his father loved him so. I mean that it was no trouble. Bob! Good evening, my dear. You're late, Bob. Yes, I'm sorry, my dear. I went to the churchyard today. I wish you could have gone with me. It would have done your heart good to see how sweet and green a place it is. But you'll see it often, I promised him. Yes, I promised Tiny Tim we'd walk there on a Sunday. Oh, Father, dear. Well, it's God's will, Bob. I'm trying to understand it, my dear. My son, my little son, Tiny Tim. And I loved him so.
Oh, that's cruel. Cruel. Spirit, can't you give me one ray of hope that I may change all that? That Tiny Tim might live? Spirit, where are we now? Merciful heaven, a churchyard, overrun by grass and weeds, choked with too much burying, desolate, lonely, crumbling gravestones. Spirit, before I draw nearer to that gravestone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these shadows of things that will be, or are they shadows of things that may be only? What? Will you not speak to me, Spirit? What is that grave to which you point? Okay, now I see it. And there's writing on the stone. The name on the gravestone is Ebenezer Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge? Oh, no, Spirit. No. Hear me. I am not the man that I was. Why show me this if I'm past all hope? Oh, please, tell me that I can change these dreadful shadows you've shown me by an altered life. I'll honor Christmas in my heart. I'll try to keep it all the year. I'll live the past, the present, and the future. And I'll not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me, Spirit. Oh, go on. Tell me. Tell me that I may sponge away the writing on that stone, Spirit. I beg you, Spirit. I beg you. Spirit. Spirit, I promise. I promise on my knees. I promise.